Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing MLB News number 7. Today this is going to be my 7th episode of my series on MLB News. If you like this video, hit that like comment down below. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree. And hit the subscribe button. And we're going to get started. I did realize that my last episode, my camera was sideways. This episode, though, it shouldn't be sideways. So hopefully we have it down. So in the future, we don't need to worry about my camera being sideways, and then you just have to turn your a device to the side or something like that, or look upside down to see what it's being said. So here we go. We're going to start off MLB News number 7. Start off with Michael Wacha signs with the Rays. Michael Wacha has signed with the Rays. Could be a very good pitcher for the Rays, who just lost Charlie Morton and might lose some more pieces. Wacha has shown promise in some past years. He has a few good pitches, and the Rays, they could really try to get Michael Wacha, have him be a decent starter in that rotation. And that's not a bad pickup with the Rays. Michael Wacha with the Mets last year, who didn't do too well. Next up, we have Mike Zunino. Signs with the Rays, or re-signs with the Rays. Mike Zunino was their catcher last year. He's going to sign back with the Rays. Very good defensive catcher, but not great offensively, and that's kind of how he has been his whole career. He's very, very good defensively, but offensively he doesn't bring much to the plate. And the Rays last year, one thing they did lack was offensive production. They had very good defense. They had very good pitching, starting pitching, and bullpen. Their hitting wasn't there. It was pretty much Randy Arozarena in the playoffs. There wasn't much other good hitters on that squad. Maybe Willy Adames too, but there's not a lot of offensive production. And because they lost Hunter Renfroe, they're gonna need to make some pieces. But Mike Zunino could be a good defensive piece in that catcher position. Next up, we have the White Sox, who acquired the #1 overall international prospect. I think it's like Yoelqui Cespedes, which I believe is the brother of Yoenis Cespedes. So the White Sox have one of the best farm systems in baseball. And now that they got the #1 overall international prospect, is just going to make their farm system really good. They have a really talented young squad that could do very good in the future. And the White Sox are going to be a scary team in the AL Central. They're probably one of the leaders of that division. But we're going to have to see, how well Cespedes does for the White Sox. Next up, Fold, the new GM of the Phillies. So basically, we have Fold, who was a guy who could have signed with the Red Sox for GM, but they decided to bring back Alex Cora. So Nick Fold is going to the Phillies. He could be a very good general manager for them. They need bullpen help and pitching. If they can land somebody like Liam Hendriks or Brad Hand, and land a few good bullpen pieces, the Phillies do look like a pretty good team. And that NL East is stacked. Braves, Phillies, which would be good if they got bullpen pieces. The Mets with Steve Cohen. The Marlins are coming up. I mean, the NL East is stacked right now. The Springer going to the Mets or the Blue Jays. Springer pretty much has like 2 or 3 spots left. It's the Mets, the Blue Jays, and then the Astros. But I don't really think he's going to go to the Astros because of cheating scandals and because of all that stuff. I really see him going to the Mets or the Blue Jays. The Mets, I think, probably have I think the Blue Jays are trying to compete with the Mets, try to sign him. The Blue Jays get him as another great offensive piece. If you're the Mets, you get him, and that's a good offseason. James McCann, George Springer, and maybe even one more big piece, and it's a great offseason for the Mets. But the Blue Jays are going to compete for that. Will George Springer go to the Mets or the Blue Jays? We'll have to wait and find out. But Springer, he's looking to go to the Mets or the Blue Jays. He's had very great offensive production. He's pretty good defensively, and he's just been a very good piece overall. Next up, we have Yu Darvish on the trading block for the Cubs. Yu Darvish was their ace last year, and because I would say the Cubs are kind of going into a rebuilding process. Yu Darvish would be a very good pitcher to put on the trading block. A team that needs starting pitching that could add that other starting pitcher to that squad. Could really use somebody like Yu Darvish or another guy, Luis Castillo from the Reds, who's also on the trading block. it's the Reds are kind of, I don't know what they did. They had a year in off season where they were gathering all these pieces, and now they're trying to sell them all away. So they're pretty much going to lose Trevor Bauer. He's in the free agency right now. I don't see him. I don't see the Reds re-signing him. And then they put Sonny Gray on the trading block, and now Luis Castillo. They're three really, really good pitchers. Are all on the trading block. They've already lost some bullpen pieces, and there might be some of their offensive pieces on the trading block in the future. I don't know what the Reds are doing. Maybe they're trying to kind of maybe add some younger guys, make the team younger, even though Luis Castillo isn't that old. I'm not sure what the Reds are doing. The NL Central, just like kind of like the Cubs, is weird. The Cubs and the Reds are, I don't know what they're doing. The Pirates aren't anywhere close. The Brewers are, I don't know what the Brewers are doing. And then the Cardinals are not great either. The NL Central is the weakest division in baseball. It is. The NL Central is the weakest, and just no team should be competing right now. But yeah. Next up, the Phillies. The Philadelphia Phillies have an offer on Real Muto. Real Muto recently hasn't been getting a lot of interest, which is kind of weird, in my opinion. But the Phillies have an offer on him. I actually see that Real Muto is probably going to be going to the Phillies, Real Muto, and I think, the Phillies, if they can get that catcher back in Real Muto, the best catcher in baseball, that would really help out their team. Because otherwise, I don't know if they have any young catchers. Who else is left on the trading block? McCann's gone, Zunino's gone. Are going to go after like a 38-year-old Yadier Molina or 39-year-old, or a really old catcher who isn't great offensively and defensively is still pretty good, but not as good as he used to be compared to Real Muto, the best catcher in baseball. So I think the Phillies are going to try to get him and sign him back. Lastly, on today, we have Anthony DeSclafani signs with the Giants. That could be a very good pitcher on that in that starting rotation. They re-signed Kevin Gausman, and getting Anthony DeSclafani in this rotation could really help out the Giants. You have Kevin Gausman, Anthony DeSclafani, Johnny Cueto, and you have some pieces. The Giants. The Giants are in a weird stage, where they think they're really good, but they're not amazing. It's really weird because they're about a 500 team. They still think they're competitive, which they are still competitive, but really their team's it's kind of wishy-washy. They're not nearly as good as the Dodgers or the Padres, but they're also not a bad team. In most divisions like the NL Central, they would probably be one of the best teams in the NL Central, or a division that's a little bit weaker. Right now, in my opinion, the two weakest divisions are the NL Central, probably the NL Central or AL West, maybe the AL Central. I'm not 100% sure. But we know the Eastern divisions are tough. The NL West is tough right now, and then the AL Central is actually not a wish-wash like it has been in the past. But that's MLB news number 7. It's probably going to be another one of those shorter videos just because there hasn't been a lot. I wanted to make one because I wanted to do one kind of around this holiday time. I don't know if I'm going to do any more before Christmas. So if not, then have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and that'll be MLB news number 7. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Happy New Year. I probably will make a video before New Year's, but yeah. Like I said, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and happy holidays.